Thanks for staying with us. So where I want us to have some kind of clarity on this matter, in this woke generation, in this modern generation where gadgets are the norm, everybody has a gadget, as we have said earlier, we have alleged earlier that many people have gadgets. Now, even in view of that, is it still okay for a lecturer to insist that I don't want your gadgets in my class? Yes, that might be his rule. But can we insist that, listen, I want to take my notes on my phone? If a student insists that, okay, you are lecturing, I want to be taking my notes on my phone, should that be wrong?
I don't think it's right. I really don't think it's right, because if you tell me you are taking notes on my phone and you are doing something else,
there's a possibility. I can't verify that.
I can't verify that you're actually taking notes or listening to me.
That's the danger.
I know a school that they give them all tabs to use, but the students were using the tabs for
pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've taken away the tabs.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you cannot really say, oh, do you know how distracting it is? I'm talking to you and
you're doing like this.
Yeah.
It's distracting.
So let me say that.
Before I get your comment, let me take Chinwe. I'll come to you, busy. Chinwe, thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice speaking to you, lady. Okay. My take on this is, I live in a university community.
Okay.
Presently, I'm in the Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi. So, concerning the topic you people are discussing this morning about students and the lecturer, and Obiajuno talking about students, some students is that it is not, that she doesn't think any student, there's no student that does not have Android phone. My sisters, I live in a university community. There are students who don't even have this Nokia touch phone, not to talk of Android. Everybody is not rich. I live with them here. My husband lectures here. So I mix up with them, I see them. So on that topic of the students misbehaving in the class with the lecturer, I think the lecturer took it too far. And that student, you see them, they are too heavy this time. You see students being too headstrong. Don't do this, they will not agree. You see them shake, let's say, is it quacking shoulder with their lecturer? That is not right.
Yeah.
Please, you don't need to blame the lecturers every time, lecturers. Some of these students, if you mix up with them, forget about those days when we schooled. The present students that we have now, they are something else.
Thank you very much, Chinwe. Bisi, let me come to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chinwe.
Yes, so we have established what is right and what is wrong. We're just trying to expand the conversation. And I believe that every lecturer has a right to determine what applies in their classroom at the time that they come into their classroom. Also bearing in mind that this is not secondary or primary school, you are dealing with adults. If somebody insists, or this is how I want to do it, the person can walk out. You tell the person to walk out of the classroom. As simple as that. You don't need any physical altercation to do that. It even means that you have lost your power over the students. Because students know how to goad teachers. They will just be looking at you. We know how to trigger this person now to start acting in a certain way. And you should not be found doing that. Now, the university place is not where you hold young adults by the head and insist that they must go this way. Some of them did not come to school to study. And there's nothing you can do about it as a lecturer. So if we say no phones and somebody is sneaking to use phone, at the end of the day, result are, well, the person will do carryover. The person can say, instead of a course of staying for 3 years, the person will stay for 7 years. It's on them. We don't chase university students to conform to certain things. They are adults. And that's why they say at least you get to the age of 18 before you get into the university. And the certificate they give to us when we finish is that you have been able to conduct yourself maturely. And so we're presenting this certificate to you that you can go out into the world and flourish. So all those, we must insist, it's done this way, it's done that way. It's not for the university. The training we are supposed to be giving to these children is from nursery to primary to secondary school. When they get into the university, it is expected that they will know what they're supposed to do there. They will apply and follow their adults. They can take care of themselves. So all those
some universities in this country doesn't allow you to wear skirts.
All those
exactly. We have rules. We have some universities in this country that they determine the kind of clothes you wear. So what would you say in that kind of
set standard of
yes. But there's nothing wrong in setting a standard. If you want to be in that school, you can be in that school. But in setting that standard, you cannot even overstifle the students from being young and exploring. Some of us went to school, lecturer teaching, we did not listen because we did not like the way the lecturer is speaking, or we didn't enjoy the course and all of that, and we found our way. So that insists that everybody must sit up straight and do their head like this, or else we're not teaching this class. I don't think it's the way to go right now.
Point taken. So
how into consideration that these people are adults.
So how do we now, therefore, based on what you just said now, how do we help our lecturers? Because the truth is that those lecturers we knew back then, and today, the students you are teaching them, they are different. Yeah. So how do our lecturers who are still there, how do they teach this modern work generation? Because they are constantly headstrong, they are constantly challenging. Some of them maybe not even, not as smart as they come across, but the truth is that they're actually constantly challenging the lecturers.
I wanted to even address the compulsion of, or not of using devices in class. So back then, when lecturers, when we were even just using textbooks, some students couldn't afford textbooks. I couldn't afford some of my law textbooks. And so I spent my evenings at the law library. If you don't know it there, you have problems. There's no time when you had to bring it to class to show it off. But if a class had to hold on a device, some people will be there, will not have it, and you'll catch it up later. We made photocopies of lecture notes. Yeah. I didn't used to write. Some students, as lecturers, I say, hey, they're writing, yes. I can never catch up with any lecturer that is talking. I would listen because that's what I'm good at. And when I finish, I'll go and make photocopies of the people that know how to write and go and catch up.
Make notes of what you've heard.
Make notes of what I've... No, I've already captured what I will capture. Yeah. I will take your notes, I will blend, and I will confirm what I have learned. Yeah. And that's how some people studied. Not that if today now, because we are now devised, we're in one modern world, like Kwake disagree, we're not in the 21st century. But a lecturer...
I didn't say we're not, I said Nigeria.
Yeah, the same thing, I will not be Nigerian. So if the lecturer needed lecture via notes, you catch up. I didn't have an email in the university that time. So one lecturer came back from the US who had gone on sabbatical, and he said that our lecture notes should have been shared to us via email. Everybody can't look like this. Me, Nima, no saying a long thing. When he finished his lecture and left, what did he say? How did he say?
It happened to me when I got to the US, when I started in the US in the university. They will be sending assignments to my email.
You will see it.
I have no idea. I'll come to class. I didn't know. I'll come to class. Say, open the homework. I want which assignment? When they give us assignments? So you didn't get your email. It took a long time.
You agree with me?
No, I understand the boy. See, it helped me to find and to solve my problem. Yeah. Many people who don't know, they'll just leave everything and just abandon it. But I was resilient enough to go and find out how to solve my problem.
So in the university, you have study groups. Nobody needs to. You know why you came to school. You find people of like minds and you study. After school then, we used to have tutorials. So we share the topics. You teach this, you teach that. We meet in the evenings. Yes. And then while you are teaching, you are even understanding it better. Yeah. You have study group. You cannot learn in isolation in the university.
I have to pause you. I have to pause. Let me go on a break. When we come back, we have not addressed that issue I've talked about. That these are challenging young generation that are constantly, lecturers before, you can't talk to a lecturer anyhow. But today, these ones are challenging lecturers because they have Googled it. What lecturer is saying, they know. It's not like that. So how do you handle this generation of students? That's our conversation when we come back. Stay with us, right back.